Alright, guys, welcome to another Grease Monkey stream on a Saturday. Feeling good, feeling dandy. I hope everybody's doing well. If you're new to the stream, I just do these streams every Saturday. We hang out, I do some drawing, I do some stuff, I do some 3D stuff, and I do it every week. This is kind of like a laid back stream where I just mess around with things, try to learn as much as I can. Hold on, I'm gonna take off this theme thing at the top here. There you go. This is my 5-minute intro. After these 5 minutes, we'll go into, the things I want to talk about today. And then I'll probably do some drawing, do some 3D work. You guys are always free to ask questions related to Blender or whatever, really, but we're hanging out. Related to Blender. I'll answer them as I'm doing something. If you don't understand something, please ask, because I think this stream is the most beneficial for people when it's like an educational / hangout. So it's like low pressure and we're learning, because this stuff can get kind of complicated sometimes. Today what I'm going to be going over is, so all before like 3-4 hours before the stream, I've just been tinkering with a shader, a toon shader, and I've been wanting a toon shader that I use all the time, so I can stop remaking a toon shader. So what I did was I looked up a toon shader from the Blender website. It's on the demo files, and I recreated it, and then I added my own tweaks and settings to it, and then I saved it like right before the stream, and I put it in the link in the description if you guys want to see it. I'm gonna go over the toon shader, how it works, where I got it from, how it could be useful, and hopefully that's useful for you guys. Susan, good morning. Always glad to see you here every Saturday. Greetings from California to Tasmania. I hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend's going well. I'm just drinking my coffee here. And just gonna get revved up into all this, so. Oh man. Alright, we got 3 viewers. Pretty nice. 3 whole people out there watching me. Little old me. But yeah, right after this minute, we'll go. Anyway, so I'm gonna get this toon shader that I basically extracted and tweaked and stuff. And I'm gonna apply it to that city scene that I've been making. We're just gonna keep working on the city scene. It's like changing, evolving. I was drawing on it, I was going on it, but I'm just gonna continue using the same scene and keep working my way through there. And then maybe at the end, I'll do some like practice drawing. Once again, this is more of like a hangout, hangout drawing and stuff. Susan says, yes, doing well here. Just downloaded the toon shader. Thanks. Yes. And then I'll break down kind of like how it works and the 2 different shaders that you can use in this. So, oh man, forgot to eat, so I needed got a protein shake, so hopefully that holds me through for the hours here. I'll be streaming for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, so we'll see how good this stream does. We'll see how I feel at the end. Am I like bright enough? There we go. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. We got 10 seconds left here. We'll go into a concept and setup. I'll talk about the shader, and hopefully that'll be useful. All right, guys. So like I said in the intro, I was working on a toon shader for me to use it in the grease pencil to be able to, so the grease pencil matches with it. So let me just go through some stuff here. So where I got this toon shader, where I got a lot of the nodes from, was if you go to the Blender website, and let me pull it up here. Blender.org. Okay. So if you go to the Blender website, right here, blender.org, and then you go to downloads, right? And then after the downloads, you go to demo files. You can see you can download the demo files for all the splash screens in Blender. So you know when you open up Blender, it has like this really pretty image. You can actually go in here and download those files and look through them and explore through them and learn from them. And you know, it goes all the way back to 2.74. That's when they started putting it. There's also other demo files here that are not just a splash screen. Definitely download these, open them up, and see if your computer can even run them. But so what I did was to get this toon shader. There's this amazing artist. I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name. Dedouze. I think his name is Andre though. And this is something he made in grease pencil. So it's a very beautiful image. Some of it's 2D, some of it's 3D, some of it's grease pencil. And you can actually go here, it's public, and you can download it. So what I did was I downloaded it because I wanted to see how he did the shader, right? So let me open that up now for you to see it. So here's the file that once you download it from the website, you can see this is it right here. It's already rendered, the artwork's here. But if you look into the 3D, he actually draws on the 3D objects. So he draws 3D objects, and he has a nice, like, really solid color palette, and he draws on them. Let's see if I can show you what they look like. Let's see. So like, yeah, he would model out in 3D and then he'll draw on top of it. And I think it's a really neat way of working. Like if we get this model car here, you can see that this is a 3D object, and then it's all blue, right? But then he used grease pencil to draw on it and give it that color and stuff. And I thought that was really neat. So I looked up to see like what shader is he using for his 3D objects. So I looked up the shader, and there's a lot of shaders in here, so definitely look through them. But this is the shader I was looking at, and what he's doing here is that he's able to have these 4 different colors, which is like your solid palette, and then you could just change all the colors and have a lot of control over that. I'm like, I want something like this. And then if you look into how the shader works, let's go deeper. This is the group node here, right? So if you hit tab, you'll see, look at this web of nodes that can be very, very confusing. But this is basically how the shader works. It makes it so you can just choose these 4 colors, or these 5 colors, including the emissions, and be able to control the toon shader simply through these colors. So what I did was I got these shaders, I recreated them on my own, and then I cleaned it up so it's easier to read in case you wanted to learn how it works. So that's where I got it from. Check out the link. His link to this project file is in the description, and also the link to the toon shader I'm about to show you is in there too. So if you want to download it, you can. So then what I did was I went into my own project file, and I basically did the same thing, except I organized all the connections so they're not just like, it's not like a web. It's like it's easier to follow if you wanted to learn and figure out how it works. So I have all the colors set up here, all the lines nicely organized, and then when you go into the group, the same one that kind of he had, I also have it organized in here, so it's all blocked out in this somewhat more easily readable chain, right? So that's toon shader 1. I got this shader not directly, but I built off of that project file from Dedouze or Andre. And I made it just, I don't know, simpler. I did some my own tweaks. I put my own settings, and I also added a rim light to it here. But the only thing that you have to worry about with Toon Shader 1, when you open up that project file that you download from my Gumroad, link in the description, you'll have two shaders. You have Toon Shader 1, and then you have Toon Shader 2. So I'll go through 1, which is the one based on Dedouze, right? So here you could just choose the colors. Let's see if I can clear up some screen space here for you, so you can see this. Okay. Alright, so let me make these two invisible. This one invisible. So here's the shader. And it's affected by light. So here's the light that I have. And the light's right now at 1000 watts. And you can see, actually let me show you the camera view. So you can see it as I'm changing it. Alright, so here we are. So you can see that the light is right here, right in front, and the shader is affected by the light, and you can move it all around. See? And that's how the Toon Shader works. So you're able to have control over these color palettes, right? So if I were to go to like a color website, right? So let me go to where I get my palettes, right? Colorhunt.co. Right, if I were to pick like a color palette, let's pick a pink or purple ones, the ones I like. We'll do pink. So let's see if we wanted to change it to this color palette. Then I can just go in here and I can copy this hex code, right? Open up the shader, and then I can paste it in. So choose this color, go to the hex, color it, and then it's a little tedious, but you know, this is how you can control your colors like a lot easier. So let me just go slowly through these colors. This is the highlight, right? So we'll do this up here. And I also named the nodes. If you see the nodes, I put the titles on there. Highlight, first color, second color, etc., etc. You know, honestly, that's where I get my colors, but let me just go through it so it's a lot faster. Here. So yeah, so you can just pick different colors, have control over what you want to do. Let's go through like more of a blue shading with a blue highlight. You know, take down the saturation, change this red to maybe a darker blue. Same thing with this one. And this gives you a lot of control over the Toon Shader. So now he's blue, and then the background here is purple, so we can make it blue to match it or something. There we go. And this light, the world light, also affects the Toon Shader as well. I don't know if that's good or not. I might be updating this, but just know that that is affected by it as well. So there's the Toon Shader. And then if there was no light, sorry, if there's no light, you can see that the rim is the color. So but if I make the rim black, you can see that now the part that's supposed to be like dark, because dark is black, right? So definitely mess with all these colors. I don't fully understand the shader graph, but I made it simpler for you to be able to tweak things easier and for it to, I guess, make a little bit more sense. This value here goes with I color coordinated it purple and purple. So this value here is at how much this rim light is. So let's make the rim light an obnoxious color for you to see it. So if we were to make it bigger, I'm sorry, smaller, you can see you have control over how much his rim light takes over. And you can see it on the left side on the monkey there. It's really small on the screen, I assume. So the things to mess with in this shader are going to be these four colors, or these 6-7 nodes here, right? All the colors, plus the rim light, plus how much the rim light is affecting it. So if we did like a color, like a darker color, right? The color for the emissions, But let's say you didn't want this rim light. I want to make it an easier way to get in there. But if you go into the node graph, you can control the rim light with this color ramp, and it's I put a frame over it, called it rim light, to make it easier. But you can see how this is affecting it. So I'm gonna make it go away. So now there's no more rim light, so I'm not gonna worry about these two here. And then the ambient light is basically the light, the color that the object's gonna be when there's complete darkness. So right now there's complete darkness, right? Our world is dark, right? But it ends up being green. So basically wherever the shadow is, you can control what color it is. Like if I wanted it to be like a nice blue color while everything is black, you could see that it's blue. And this is how this shader works, right? And it could be a little cumbersome, you know, there's a lot of colors to work with, there's a lot to think about and stuff. Hold on. Yeah, so there's a lot to think about. There's a lot of colors. My lighting, I think I'm a little dark. Hold on. Doesn't matter, but I'm gonna fix my color. Okay, sorry, I was fixing my webcam. Okay, so yeah, this could be a little cumbersome. This is Toon Shader 1, has a lot of control. You could choose the colors. Oh, so now we are able to save in Blender to be able to use when I make other things. All right, Susan, I will get to how to transfer it into a different project file. Actually, I'll just show you right now. So let's say you have this Toon Shader. You downloaded the Toon Shader from my Gumroad, right? And you wanted to put it into your project file. So the way you would do it is, let me open up a new Blender. All right. I have like 4 Blenders open, so like I think it's a little slow. So let's say this is like a new Blender file, right? And you wanted to put the Toon Shader that I just that's in the link, that's in the description, that I made. So let's make, you know, Suzanne, you know, smooth, and I wanted to color it with the Toon Shader. So you go to File and you go to Append, right? And when you go to Append, let me find my Toon Shader. There it is. So there's the Toon Shader that you downloaded. You find it, you click into the Toon Shader, and there's a bunch of folders. And this is how all Blender files look. A Blender file, right, is essentially like a zip folder filled with a bunch of different folders and stuff. So I hit Append, File Append, go into the Blender project file. You'll see that there will be materials here. Materials, right? It even has a little icon for it. You double click on it, and you'll see Toon Shader 1 and Toon Shader 2. So you could just hold Shift, select both of them, hit Append. Now I imported those materials into this new project file, right? So let's go into our camera and render this. And then if you go to the materials, you'll see that now the materials show up. There we go. And now the Toon Shader is in your project file. So once again, you go to File, Append, look for where the file is that you downloaded, the Toon Shader, go into it, go to Materials, and then import the Toon Shaders. Anyway, and that's how you would do that. Hopefully that helps you, Susan. All right, cool. So as you saw, there was two shaders, right? There was the one that I got from Dedouze project file that I cleaned up, which is this one. Has a lot of control. I like it a lot. But if you wanted something a little simpler, right, then what I would suggest is to then use Toon Shader 2. So here's Toon Shader 2, and we'll move it here to the left. And this is a much simpler node setup, but it has a little bit less control, right? So all the colors are going to be controlled by these green nodes, right? So I color coordinated them for you to see them. And then the colors that you pick are going to be on this ramp here, the main colors, right? And this is how you choose your colors. So see, I'll click on the purple one, change it to a different color, and you can see that it starts changing here. Pick it to a different color. I'll pick this color, change it to a different color, blue. Make this one lighter. And now we have controlled everything with this ramp. And this might be much simpler for you, you know, because then you could just go here and you can control how big the highlight is, how big the blue color is. And you also got to remember that the how close the light is also affecting it. So the light, see how it's right in front? If you move it closer, see how that bright spot gets a lot brighter. And another way to control it, right, would be if you go to the light and choose the radius, so like how big the light is, right? So if you make it smaller, the bright spot gets bigger. If you make it bigger, you see that it goes away, and it has to go a lot closer. It actually doesn't even give it the highlight. It's a lot softer. But yeah, so just remember that what controls the highlight coming in, that white that I have there, is how close the light is, how big the light is, right? And also within the shader itself, you can control it from this color ramp and how much the colors appear, and you have quite a bit control over that. And then for the dark part, the rim light, or the rim shadow, I guess is what it's called. You can control it with this color ramp. I guess I should have named it like instead of color ramp, like the shadow. But yeah, and you control that. And then the shadow here, you see how it's purple? It's this outline shadow here, and you can control it to a different color as well. There you go. So that's basically the shader. If you guys want to use it, definitely the link's in the description in my Gumroad. I also have it linked, the demo file that I got this idea from, and the nodes from Dedouze is also in the description below. I would suggest to open up those demo files and look through them and have like a lot of fun, you know, going in there. Hold on, where is my pencil? Oh, there it is. So I would suggest open up the demo file, having a lot of fun. Hopefully this shader is useful to you guys. I've been talking about it for like 15 minutes already. So if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. But I think I'm going to make a dedicated video just explaining this stuff really quickly for anybody who's not watching this live stream. So it's a lot simpler. All right, so now I'm going to use this toon shader on the city file that I was using in these last few live streams. So let me open that up and close all these Blender files. Okay, so let me full screen this. Let's go. All right. So here's our city file that we've been working on, drawing away on, and stuff. Weiss Books, hello, Susan. I'm glad you did talk about it. No problem. All right, so let's go into this city, but I'm afraid I might ruin it, so I'm gonna open up a new project file. Well, I'm gonna make a copy of this, I should say. So save as. We'll do live stream V3. Okay, I'm gonna start using that shader, toon shader that I just talked about, and seeing what it'll look like in this city, and see what, I don't know, if it'll be cool to use instead of the way that I'm doing it now, with a much simpler shader. So let me make the grease pencils invisible. All right, I'm gonna make the modifiers. Oh, this one's not there. Yeah, I'm gonna make all the grease pencils visible. So some of these are highlights here, so I'm gonna take these off. Alright, so there's no more highlights. All we're seeing here is the city blocked out with, I think, a simple like shader that I meant. That I made, okay? So here we go. So if you guys remember, go to File, Append, and find the toon shader. I'm gonna select both of them. I'm gonna import them into the project file. They are imported, or importing. Hopefully this thing doesn't crash or something, right? Oh man, what happened? File, Append, toon shader 1. Okay, File, Append, toon shader 2. Okay, great. Now go to object mode. I'm gonna select let's do the circular building first. And let's take off the solidify. That's already off. All right, let's change the first material to the toon shader 1. And let's go into camera mode in these here, so we can see what it looks like. Here we go, and we'll do it here as well. Okay, cool. So now the toon shader's on. Let's see why it looks like that. Ah, see the light is going on it. So remember we use the radius to change the, how do you say, where the highlight comes in. And I think this is pretty cool. Also, is the outside being affected? Let's see. We're going to go to the world, make it brighter. Oh, nice. Okay, so just to follow the palette here, I'm going to change the shader, the toon shader, to the color palette that I have here. And I'm just going to start color picking, which is what I would prefer because it's easier. So color pick, I'm going to do this light blue over here. For the dark color, we will do this purple. For this orange color, we'll do this pink. Maybe we will do another color pink. We'll just keep color picking. We'll go back and forth. Also, let's see what happens when we change the light. What if we do like a sun? Actually, let's take off all the lights and start from scratch with the lights. So we're getting dark here. Wisebig says, I've gotten so much better with Blender. Nice. That's good. Good practice. All right, let's add in a sun lamp. And right now we're just doing some experimenting, guys. We're going to see how we can use this toon shader to our advantage. Where's that sun that I just added? Where is it? Let me center my piece here. Oh my goodness. It's going haywire. Okay. Alright, I don't think we need to see this right now. Let's add our light. Okay, we can see the light now. But where is the light? I am not seeing this light. Hold on. Let me get into a different mode here. What is happening? Okay, lights. Point light. There's the point light, right? Okay, so it's appearing here. Man, something's up with my blender. I can't... Let me put on my screencast keys for you to see. Oh, that's why. So it's appearing in this folder, and this folder is like not selectable. There we go. Okay, now I should be able to see this light, right? Okay. Let's go back. Let's unhide our floor. Go here. Make this selectable. There's our light. We'll bring it up. Now we're getting somewhere. Get our sun. Bring the sun down. Give it some there we go. So we're angling our sun so we can see the shadows on the ground. We can rotate the shadows. Maybe we should go the other way so we can see it like this. All right. And right now only one building has a shader, which is this one right here on the right. Let's switch it to Toon Shader 2. Wonder if that will make it easier for me. So we'll go to the shaders, see the Toon Shader 1, change it to 2. And it doesn't seem to be changing much. Let's go to the sun, make it bright. Oh, there we go. Alright, so that's looking alright. Let's rotate it so we can see. What I'm looking at is this left side. I like this cut we're getting here. Or this pattern. Let's put the sun at exactly like 45 degrees or negative 45. There we go. And we'll rotate it. So this is our sun. Boom. Okay. So now our building over here is looking a little... Oops. Our building over here is looking the way I want it. But now we could start applying... I want to be able to see... There we go. I want that highlight to go all the way down. So we're going to bring that down. And then we can rotate it on the Z. And we're getting those colors. Okay. Wisebook says a voice-over professional was impressed by the book trailer and sent over his voice to use for free. It's really coming together. I'm really happy for you, Wise Books. I'm glad that's going through for you. Very good. Getting stuff done. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some room on the screen so we can see what we're doing here. And I'm gonna apply the shader, the Toon Shader on all of them, and then I'm gonna change all the colors. See how that works. So right now I'm working with 2, or Toon Shader 2, right? That's what I'm doing. Toon Shader 2. Little simpler, so that's the one I'm gonna use for right now. Alright. Let's apply Toon Shader 2 to all of them. Toon Shader 2. Is there a way to... Oh, break already? Alright, we'll take a small break. 5 minutes. Alright, guys, do a little break. Gotta do my stretches. Ugh. I hope everybody's doing well, guys. Make sure to take your breaks. I'm just gonna take 5 minutes of this break here to do some stretching. I did a lot of talking in the beginning, but it's really good if I want to last 3 hours that I do these stretches. So how's everybody doing in the chat? See 6 people are watching. How's your Saturdays going? Any movie recommendations? Any book recommendations? Video games? Life? Feelings? Etc. But I'm very excited with this toon shader. I can't wait to get this going for all of it. And I'm gonna keep it simple and just use a sun and no other lights, and we're gonna go from there to see what cool things we can do, or at least simple things. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, it looks. Susan says, emailed you my robot with a toon shader. Well, while we're on break, let's look at that. Do you mind, Susan, if we look at your project file? Opening up your project file now. 1 second. All right, let's check out this toon shader, or this this image you sent me. All right. Oh, where'd it go? All right, look at that. All right, so this is Susan. She just sent me this image of her robot with the toon shader, and it looks pretty cool. I like it. I like your robot. Doing good in Blender. I like how it looks. And I like that you could change the colors. Yeah, you changed it blue. Nice. Glad it's working out for you. Do you like it, Susan? Do you like how it's turning out? Oh man. Ugh, my green screen behind the window is like, behind my green screen is a window, so that's why it's like super bright. Like it's like all white here. Because it's just the sun. Nice, Wise Books. I'll check out the trailer. Alright. I think we're gonna end this break early. And we will go back. Okay. Right, blurry. All right, so let's add the toon shader to the rest of them. I think there's an easy way to add the toon shader to everything, right? Like, let me get this ground floor. Make it not selectable. Let's make the reference file. And I'm going to Cool. So to copy the shader, right, to the rest of the objects, I selected all of them, and I made sure that the one that's selected, right, it's the one with this like yellow outline instead of the orange outline. That means that this is the number one, right? And then if you go to this arrow key and you do copy material to selected, boom, it put the material on all of the objects. Maybe I should also put it on the ground too. So let's figure out where the ground is. Toon shader 2. Okay, great. So this is looking pretty cool. What's interesting to me is this like dark purple that's happening back here, or this purple. It comes in pretty strong. I wonder if this is the rim light. Let me see if I can take it away. Okay. It is that one. Let me change this. Maybe that's a little better. Maybe not. I'm just gonna take off the rim light. I'm just gonna go directly in. Oh man, but the rim light was giving it so much contrast here. Let's see if we can make it work. Hold on. I think for the ground, I'm gonna click on the duplicate button, and I'm gonna just call this ground. And now we can make this one just go directly in, so it doesn't have to have that rim. There we go. Okay, cool. And then this is dark. Is it because of this outline here? It was. So I took off the outline, and let's do a quick render. And this is looking pretty cool. It actually has the grease pencil drawn over it still. Let me see it without the grease pencil though. Okay. So it's looking like it's having some interesting style. There's a lot going on here though. So let's see if we can figure out what we can do, I guess, different here. I like how it looks at different angles, like. Okay. So let's. What do I want to do? Now what do I want to do? Hold on, let me take a sip of coffee and think about this. Okay. I think what I want to do is we're going to change the colors, but I don't want to be, I'm not going to mess with any of these. We're going to do it a different way and see if that helps me. So let's say this building, we're going to call this building, right? We're going to change this toon shader. We're going to call it to building 1. And then we'll go to the second building, and we're gonna hit duplicate here, and we'll call this building 2. Now I can mess with the shader on this one, and it won't affect the first building. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Shift A. I'm gonna add a converter, no, color, hue and saturation, and we're gonna put it right in between these two, and then we're gonna change the hue so it's a different color. So let's see what this looks like over here. Let's put the value up to 2 so we can really see how bright it is. And we'll change it to I don't know, a color that looks matches better. Right now it's like, not sure. I think it needs more light. So I'm gonna select the node, hit M, and what that does is it mutes the node, so it's no longer affecting it. And we're just gonna add some lights. So let's add some lights. Right now, by going Shift A, lights, we'll do a point light. We will bring the point light closer to the middle. We'll bring it up. You can see it here. Just gotta make some space here. I feel like you don't need to see this right panel as much as I do. There we go. Okay, so let's get this light, and we're gonna blast up the power, so you can see that the light is now affecting the building. You can see it here on the left side. I'll zoom in. You can see it's cutting in right here. All right, so let's keep going. Also, let me just get rid of this. So split this in the middle here. Cut in. Okay, there we go. This looks a little bit more readable as I'm making it. We'll make it bigger. And keep making it bigger. If I remember correctly, changing the color of the light does not affect it, because that's all controlled by the shader. Yes, it is. I'm gonna take off the specular. Also, could I take off the specular on the sun? I'm gonna do that as well. Oh, interesting. Oh no, wrong one. Specular. There we go. I think having the specular off is probably better for this, what I'm doing here. But definitely experiment on your own. And here is the lights. So what if we had a area? Okay. We'll bring up the area lamp, and let's make it large. You see how this area, you can barely see it, but it's yellow. This is a square, right? So let's make the size a lot bigger. So let me make it way bigger and see how much that affects it. And now it looks like a spotlight. And you can barely see any change here. Oh, here we go. I'm going to make it a rectangle instead. And I'm going to make it very long, so it covers the whole strip. You can barely see it here, but let's see if I can. Oh, I can't go above 200 meters. Oh, I can. You just have to type it in 300. I'm gonna do 500 meters. Okay, cool. So you can see that it's taking up the whole strip. I'm also gonna, I don't know, this ground's really getting in my way of seeing things, so let me type in ground. Road here. And I'm going to maybe change the color. I don't know, it's just too bright, right? Obviously now it's like unviewable. It's just black now. Alright, let's add a hue and saturation and then put the value down. Just for now. I just can't see what the hell I'm doing. And dark. We're gonna do dark for now. Okay. So looking at our side here, we got the area lamp or light affecting it. And if we put 0, you can see the difference. Oh, there's no difference. So is this area not doing anything? 10,000. Okay, now it's affecting it, which is kind of cool looking. All right, so this left side's looking pretty cool. You can see that it's adding some detail there. And I kind of like it. But let's see what happens if we change it back to point. See, when it's a point, it just affects the center, and you can see it. You can see it on the left side here, how the light affects it. And it's kind of cool. But let's do it. Let's go back to area. And let's move it up and down, see what works best. And if we didn't have it, okay, good. Cool, and I think the buildings on the right obviously are being lit because the sun is pointing from the left corner. So let's rotate it. We're gonna rotate it until, I don't know, it looks cool. So I like it. It's fun to play with though, just doing these lights like this. And then what if I lower the sun? So what I want is, I wonder why this building is like getting it so quickly. Because the top of, oh, okay, cool. The top of these cylinders, I guess, are just getting that light much quicker. Anyway, let's go back to, take out the sun and let's just blast our area lamp here. So our area lamp kind of gives us like a strip that goes all the way down, which is kind of cool. It's like a scan, like. Love the sound effects. There we go. And if I made this extremely bright, like let's say it's at 100,000, how about 500,000? 5 million. How about 1 MW? Yeah, so I'm gonna stop using this area. It's I don't know, hard to deal with. It's I think the point light is what I'm gonna do. And turn on the sun. So let's turn on the sun. And we're gonna turn on the sun just enough to where the brighter colors start to pop in. Not like that. Maybe something like that. I'll just use the arrow here. See, when I go up a little higher, the orange pops in. Don't want the orange to pop in. Let's render that, see what this looks like. Pretty good. Okay, so now I think I have the sun where I want it. All right, now we can start duplicating this light that's in the middle. And you can see the light going through. And I think it should be weaker, honestly. Let's start real low. Let's start at 1,000. 1,000. Maybe 5,000. Maybe 10,000. Did I do 100,000? I did. I guess 100,000 will be fine. Alright, so we got one light. I'm going to bring it up closer to the top. Bring it down. I'm going to duplicate it, bring it on down. There we go. And you can see I'm just lighting up the back of the buildings back there. Just barely. There we go. I got 2 lights, and look at these middle buildings. Maybe if I added 1 more. Let's see if that would be too much. No, that's fine. And let's make it 50,000. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I think this building's way too bright. Like, I want this guy to not be that bright. Should it be, like, behind it? Should probably be behind. Alright, now I'm curious what this looks like with the lines. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So then I'll render it. And that's me with the drawings that I did last week. So I can see it starts looking, I don't know, a little bit more cartoony. The colors, I think, are making more sense. Okay, let's take it off. We're gonna keep going. Okay, now that I have the lighting, I have the color where I want it to be. Now I'm gonna start changing the individual colors for these buildings. So let me change this one. So we're gonna do duplicate. I don't know, building 3. I don't know where we're at. Building 3. And I can control the lighting on this one. Let's see. Can I? Alright, it's affecting a lot of them, so I don't know what's happening here. Hold on. Alright, building 2. I'm gonna put, I forgot to do, it's better to increment it by zeros. Marco says, huh? Is that little 3D guy 3D guy or transparent PNG? Looks good anyway. Yeah, it's a transparent PNG. I just use it as a reference for like sizing and stuff. I'm not gonna use it in the final render. So let's put this 2.003. And now I can have more control over this building here. So this building has, I think it needs more a little bit more detail. And as we get further back, I want less details. So let's see if I can. Okay, so let's go to this hue saturation. Let's undo it and see if we can change these colors a bit. They changed so drastically just by pressing 0.1, huh? Let me mess with these colors. I'm gonna flip these. And I'm just gonna mess with the colors. I don't know. I should really be using a color palette. honestly, but there you go. I should be using a color palette, but I don't know, maybe I'll eyeball it. Hopefully this works. All right, so I got building 3. I'm going to change some of these to this shader, right? So let me bring this back, and I'm going to do that. So this one is building 3. We're probably going to do every other one, right? Like, what if we did this one, change it to building 3, this one, maybe this one, maybe this big circular one that was so bright. Actually, you know what? I like this blue. Let's change them all. Okay, this is a color palette I can work with. I like it. I think what I don't like is this purple color, and I think I could change it. I can. So let's change it to this light blue, make it a little darker. Maybe make it a little light purple. That looks like cotton candy. Cotton candy stuff. I like cotton candy. Okay, okay. I'm liking these colors. For this color, I mean, maybe it looks good. Let's change it to a warmer pink. I like it. Cool. So this color palette's looking pretty neat. I'm liking it. Take a couple sips here. And let's see if, I guess, drawing on these would be any fun. So we're going to do that in the next 30 minutes. So after the break, I'm going to start drawing on these. I'm going to delete this stuff here. Don't need it anymore. Now that I got this shader going. So this is looking cool. We've done so much to this city. This city has transformed 1,000 different ways. So that's looking pretty cool. I'm going to use the same colors, and I'm going to draw with the grease pencil. So let's change a couple things here. Let's change the signs. So the signs can be building 1 color. So let's change that to building 1. We'll change that to building 1. If we erase this outline, does that affect anything? Okay. Good. And this, okay, so here's the building 1 color right here. Let's find a color that matches it better. Maybe like a bright pink color. Because I wanted to stand out from the rest of the buildings. I want these little signs to stand out. Just a little bit. Maybe this blue. Cool. And then this color here, it's a little on the green side for me. So let's take it down a notch, this green color. Let's change it more towards blue. Make it a little brighter. Maybe not too bright. Okay, let's render it. All right. Think we're getting somewhere here. Like it. Okay, so let's see what an outline will look. So we're gonna bring back the outline in this building by turning on the solidify modifier. So that there's the outline, which is cool. Let's look at it. Very cool. And I think I had a grease pencil object here. I think it's here. Nope. It is. It is here. There we go. Very cool. Okay, okay. We're getting somewhere. Let's now get this building. I think I had a solidify in this one too. Let's bring the outlines back. There we go. There's our outline. Cool. Alright, so let's just start applying these outlines to the rest of these buildings. So let me bring this so you can see it as I'm doing it. And I will one second. I'm gonna change the ground. This ground texture so it doesn't have this pink on it. Or vice versa? Hold on. What's happening? It's right here. There we go. Okay. So let's see if we can bring back our outlines. So we'll bring back modifier, solidify, even thickness, material, oh, normals, flip, material, the second material, and we can control the outline. You can see it here by bringing it up or bringing it down. I'm going to put the offset to 0 though. That's a big outline. Maybe that would be cool. Let's do it to this one. Would that be cool? It would not look cool on this building though. It looks kind of cool on this building. Well, what I'm doing is the offset. So let's do offset. Maybe that's why. Alright, these buildings are not looking good. We might need to add the grease pencil object and convert these buildings into a grease pencil to really get these outlines to pop a little better. Let's do a quick render. Look at these double outlines here. What is that? All right, break time. Oh man. How's everybody doing in the chat? How are you feeling, Marco? How you feeling, Susan? Gotta do my stretches. Let me get up. Ooh, wear my flower shirt. Very nice, floral. We're going in to spring, right? So I got my pink flowers. Feeling fun. Stretches. Oh man. Marco, I'm fine. This is starting to become my Saturday night thing. Well, thank you, Marco. Hanging out with me on a Saturday. That's nice. That's nice. Especially since I'm just dilly-dallying here on this project file. Barely any aim. Barely going forward. I'm gonna see if I would just start, if it'll just be better if I just start drawing. Yeah, if I just start drawing on these objects, make a grease pencil object, start drawing. Susan says needs to be autumn leaves. LOL. Yeah, you're part of the world. You're going to autumn, right? I'm going to spring. You're going to autumn or summer, spring, whatever. It's February, guys. Valentine's Day's coming up. Any of you guys got Valentine's? Huh? Any Valentine's Day gifts, ideas? You guys celebrate Valentine's Day? Mr. Saint Valentine's Day? Invented by gift card companies? Oh. Here's my baby cat right here. Cutie. She does not like to be held up right now. Wise says they're expecting another snowstorm. That's crazy. Look at this little kitty cat. Germany, blizzard incoming here, more or less. Oh man. Man, how bad are the blizzards? Yeah, Susan's all the way from Australia. I seen snow for the first time in July. It was amazing. Marco says supposed to be the worst one since 1978. Global warming, guys. Global coldening. Ugh. Not terribly common, though, for me. Novelty factor prevails. Huh. Alright. We've been doing 5-minute breaks instead of 10. I don't think we need the full 10. 10's just in case we ended up talking about something that took a little bit, but... Alright. Let's skip the outlines and let's see if we can just start drawing on the objects. Yeah, let's just see if we can just start drawing on the objects. All right, let's go to our drawing phase. Okay, here we go. So let's take away these outlines. I thought we were going somewhere with them. I'm not liking it. Let's take off the modifier as well. Same. Take off the modifier, take off the modifier. All right, we're back to our colors, our cotton candy colors. Maybe we could do something interesting here. Oh, also we gotta change the material for this black outline here. Marco says, I didn't know Australia even had snow until 10 years ago when I heard about your ski resorts. Yeah, I didn't know either, actually. But I guess it makes sense, right? They're way down there. They have mountains. Okay. Let's minimize this. Bring in the tablet here. Let's bring in our gizmo. Let's see if we could put in the wireframe for everything so I can see what I'm looking at here. Let's scroll to the top. Make these small. Let's make a grease pencil object. So Shift A, grease pencil. We'll do a blank. Very good. We will add a layer to it. Let's call it the first layer. For the materials, we'll add in. There's a lot of nonsense materials here. So we'll just make a new one. Call it stroke. Stroke 1. And then we'll call this one fill. We will change this to fill. So we got our stroke, our fill. We will go into a grease pencil. We'll call it main. We're gonna put main GP. We're gonna start designating things GP. Yep, equally as near or as South Pole would say the Alps here, more or less. Susan says in the Highlands they have it, then moved to Tasmania 8 years ago, and this year they had it in the lowlands. First time in 79 years. Oh man. Oh, hold on. Forgot my timer. Okay, so here's the timer. We're going. We will go to our main GP. We will go into draw mode. I hate that it turns all white, so we're gonna just turn. Oh man, is there any way around this white color? Anyway, we'll go to surface mode. We will put point maybe 1. We will put it into our stroke. And then I'm just going to color pick these colors that I'm using on the left. So let me erase all these colors. And we're going to color pick a blue that I like, or a dark color, which would be this blue here. And we will add that to the color palette. Great. I'm going to zoom in and see about drawing on our areas here, which I think looks pretty cool, but I'm gonna do it in this mode instead. Alright. Man, I hate that there's no... I wonder if I can change this, because it only appears afterwards. Pretty far from the surface. Let's go to point 0.01. See about drawing pretty gosh darn close. Now I can see my drawings, so that's nice. Can I see it while I'm in this mode? I can. Alright, let's go to our surface 0.02 or 0.05, let's say. And then also, I think, you know, see how it's big and then it gets small? I wonder if that's due to the post-processing. So let's take off post-processing. I guess it's not post-processing. Guess it just happens. Look how big that is when I draw. What is that? I can't work like this. Is it post-processing? Should it just be front? I'm not sure what is happening here. Look at that. It draws all large. Alright, so what we're going to do is... Let me just check something real quick in my settings. Because when I go into the grease pencil mode, it changes colors to like this pale white. I'm going to see if I can find out if I can take this off. And that would be... Marco says he knows that effect. Highly annoying. Can't say what it is right now. Yeah, me neither. It's pretty annoying. Let's see, 3D viewport, the grid. Look at all these colors, bones, bundles. Would it be in, is there a grease pencil one? Hold on. Graph editor, video editor, node editor. No, I guess it'll be in the viewport. So let's go to the viewport. Figure out which it could be. Is it this? Nope, not that. Bundle solid? Not that. View overlay? Transform? I wonder if anybody knows these settings, like Title, text, text highlight, header text. Tab active? Tab inactive? Tab background. I'm probably changing a whole lot of stuff I shouldn't be changing. Gradient colors. Panel colors. Well, it's not like I can change any of these, right? If I go to Maya, does it change the color at all? No. Look at that. That's a bright blender. Oh my god. Alright. Enough messing with this. Let's see if we can just draw on this. Yeah, I'm using 2.91, Marco. What I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to draw on where the 3D cursor is. And then... let's see, could I... Alright, so to fix this, I'm just going to go to 3D cursor. And I'm going to hold shift and right click where I want to be able to draw on things. And I think that should help me out for now. But it'll be nice to be able to draw on the surface. So annoying. Oh no, I can't draw on the surface, just on the 3D cursor, right? At least I don't have that thing anymore. Alright. Alright. Zoom up on the building here, see what it looks like. And then I'm gonna draw with the ink pen, pick my color. And I'm gonna draw my own outlines. Drew the wrong color. You know, I don't like that my 3D cursor has a rotation. Here's the 3D cursor. I think I can make it so it doesn't rotate. Sorry for all these settings, guys. There's just a lot to tweak here. Zero. We'll do 90. There we go. Let's make this a little bigger. Jiraj, how's it going? What is happening? I can't draw anymore. All right, let's color pick another color. I'm gonna do the pink. Add the color palette. Make it smaller. Gerard says trying different outlines. Yes, I just got this toon shader. If you look at the beginning, Garage, there's a whole explanation on the toon shader I'm using, and I decided to try some different type of outlining techniques. I'm just still obviously practicing and seeing what's the most efficient way for me to do this type of stuff. Bouncing back and forth. Let's choose one more color. Let's choose this green. Add it to the color palette. And since I know this right here is blue, let's see if we can have a little separation here. Damn, that's so far. Is it because of the surface thing? Like, should it just be like super, it's super close right there. Oh man. Turning out okay here. These outlines are looking kind of fun. I'm just tracing them. Maybe there's too much detail here, but I don't know. I kind of like it. And I'm just doing the outlines. I think it adds a nice little detail to this. It's very busy, actually, in my opinion. Let's see if we can find a nice camera angle real quick. Maybe that's my issue, guys. Let's experiment with a different camera angle. All right, let's try it. Let's try drawing from here. Oh man. Might be a shorter stream today, guys. Pretty hungry. So maybe like 1 more hour. So, yes. See if I can draw little peoples. I cannot draw little people. We drawing like this looks like a horse. What is happening? All right, let's try this. Let's try this. These little people do not look like anything. What if we just draw large amounts, like a crowd, huh? That look okay? Let's see. We'll do the shadow. There we go. We'll just draw people as like circles and triangles. This guy would just be pointing out into a distance. Do you gotta check up briefly what's up with the toon shader earlier in the stream? That shader you put together looks great. Definitely gotta check it out later. Thank you, Jiraj. Yeah, I got it from Dedouze from his demo file, but I built upon that. It's in the description if you want to download it. Alright, these people are turning out fun. All I'm doing is going in, holding shift, right clicking, and then using the cursor, 3D cursor up here as where I want the location to be drawn, because then when I see, like, it's all the people are drawn back there. So let's see, if I wanted to draw people like around this area here, that's hold shift, right click, maybe over here in this corner. Let's draw some people. We'll go back to the camera view. All right, it's break time. I finally feel like I'm getting somewhere. Trying to draw people in the city. So let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna take this I'm only gonna take 5 minutes here, but the next round will be 30 minutes, and then I think I'm gonna end early today. Just 30 more minutes of some drawing. Should have prepared earlier and ate properly, but that's okay. I'll have more time to do some other stuff today, and yeah. Feeling good in the neighborhood. How's everybody doing out there in the chattosphere? Chat me up. Tell me something. Tell me a fun fact that you know. What have you learned today? Tell me something that you learned. New, old. Tell me how you're feeling. Obviously, Make sure you want people to know this stuff. I'm over here hunched over, feeling good. Drawing this scene here, these little people. I think it's turning out pretty well. The toon shader is helping me out a lot with the colors. And I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere here. Using the 3D cursor and hitting shift and right click to put it where I want to draw is working out too. I'm drawing the little people now. It's gonna be kind of like a crowded city. I'm gonna see if I can draw like maybe some cars too. Just driving by. A little traffic jam maybe. But doing some lunges. Getting that stretch on. Stretch. Oh, there's 7 of you out there. I really appreciate you guys watching and hanging out. If you guys like the toon shader, definitely check it out in the description. I have a TikTok now, guys. Check out my TikTok. Link also in the description. It's an interesting social media platform. Marco says the people look cool. Limitation breeds creativity and all that. Exactly. Garage kind of fine. My sister is at her last high school year, and this graduation ceremony, or whatever it's called, was canceled because of Corona. Yeah, it was supposed to be yesterday. Kind of a bummer. Solo, we made our own ceremony at home today. Kind of fun, but I'm dead right now. Oh yeah. All those like celebrations have been being canceled because of Corona. Hopefully this next year or this year, whatever, things get better than what they are now. And I think it is. I think it'll be better. Alright, just one more minute, and we'll get back to the last round of drawing. Hopefully this was useful. Susan said, spent the last couple of days trying to learn LMMS music simulator. That's a fun one. You get sounds into my animation. That's pretty cool, Susan. I've tried LMMS and I liked it. There's a bit of a learning curve, but I did enjoy it. George says it's bound to be one day, right? Yeah, it's bound to be better. Susan says we can always hope, and yes, we can. Marco says never heard of it. Yeah, it's a free music maker that's pretty fun to use, and I'm pretty sure it's free. Pretty versatile. So, all right, this is gonna be the last 30 minutes. Just hanging out and drawing. So if you have any questions, or you want to chat about anything, do it now. Because this is it. This is it. The final countdown. All right, where were we? We're drawing peoples. Draw a little people back here in the distance. A little group of people. All right. Let's see if I can draw on this building and it look okay. Add some more details here. See how big we can make this 500. All right. Things are going good here. Just adding the highlights that I've been wanting for so long. Let's put some over here. Let's take away the canvas for right now. And it probably doesn't need to be that thick. Yeah, adding all these little highlights everything's starting to come together now. Especially using the 3D cursor method. It's really helping out here. There we go. All right, we need some more separation over here. All right, let's mess with these lights a little bit. Looks pretty funny the way it's drawn here. These lines don't make any sense when they're not seen directly from the camera. This may not be a long-term solution, guys. I thought this was working well. It wasn't. Like, it looks all right. Let's see. A lot of squiggly lines. Oh, man. Ugh. All right. I think I'm done with the working on the city. Getting a little hangry over here. I'm going to spend the last 18 minutes. We're gonna do a quick characters word head sketch. I just want to practice my drawing here. All right, so we got the ink pen, no radius. Let's just draw a couple heads, guys. Let's see what we can do in 18 minutes. Drawing some heads. We will make the background black so it's more, oh no, I think gray is good right now. And we will make maybe 13 pixels. Let's draw a head. Quick little sketch here. Let's draw another one. This time looking to the right. I always draw them to the left. Maybe this person has like a mohawk. Let's get their hairline down. Mohawks are easy to draw. Let's draw another one. Anyway, should have ate before I did this, so I could have lasted longer, worked on that city scene a little more. But I'm just not feeling it today, guys. It's kind of warm too. I'm wearing this jacket. Right. What's everybody gonna do with the rest of their day, huh? Or the rest of their night? What do they have planned and for their future? For their immediate future. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna use, Susan. Maybe some tuna. Because I love me some tuna. Garage is probably late over there. 3 a.m. I assume again. Almost 2 right now. Jeez. Alright, guys. 13 minutes. Let's see if we could take something. Got some warm-ups on. See if we could take it, if we could take it to the end. Oh, you sent me something, right, Jiraj? Let me check. Yes. Yes, Jiraj. 6 p.m. Sunday sounds good for me. That's a good time. All right, let's see if we can take something from beginning to end in 10 minutes under pressure. Do girl with bangs. We'll try to rush through this too. Oh man, what is happening? Okay. All right. A long neck. Never know what clothes to put on. I gotta practice some more clothes drawing, huh? Let's just do a t-shirt. Oh my god. This fill tool. I don't know what I'm doing. Trying to avoid drawing eyes is what I'm doing. Maybe like, oops. But let's do something cooler than those glasses. Maybe we can do like something like, could be your legit motive to be making portraits with different types of glasses or eyewears in general. Yeah, I definitely use making glasses as a bit of a crutch that one day I'll have to get over. One day. For right now, we could just crank something out, right? Well, thank you, Jiraj. Let's see what happens when we get the lines and we just smooth them all out. Oops. All right, guys. Let's go into our break. And then we're done. I'm done. Caputo. All right, guys. For everybody watching here, just kind of more of a hangout today than anything. Just do this quick sketch of this girl here. But the main thing was in the beginning of this stream, I made a toon shader that you can check out in the description. You can download that shader from my Gumroad. You can see where I got the inspiration from to make the shader in the description as well. So just check it out. If you guys remember, see if I can find it. Save. But yeah, if you guys check out the toon shader, this is what it looks like. You can control it by the lights. There's two versions of it. I mean, two shaders. There's Toon Shader 1, Toon Shader 2. One is more, a little bit more complicated and has more control. Number 2 has a bit less options, but it's easier to control. So definitely check that out. If you check out in the beginning of the stream, you can see how it works. I tried to make it cleaned up so it's understandable. Maybe you could do your research and learn how it works and stuff. It's very useful, very fun. Affected by lights. I think I'm going to be using it as my main shader from now on, at least when I'm doing grease pencil stuff. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Marco, Susan, Jiraj, YS Books, everybody else who was here, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Short stream today, I know, but they all can't be home runs every week, but I think I provided at least something that was pretty useful for you guys. So Susan says thanks for the great hangout, learned a lot, learned lots, and love the toon shader. Great. I can't wait to see what you do with that toon shader, because it's a lot of fun. And definitely play around with all those settings. Jiraj, have a good night. Susan, have a good morning. Marco, have a good night, morning. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. I might be doing for me a morning stream on Wednesday. I do it at my time, like 6 a.m. So look forward to that. That one is strictly just practicing, so it's a little bit more boring than this one. This one, at least, I try to like have something fun to look at and things. For the Wednesday one, it's just practice, so you guys can hang out with me while I do that. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Let me go to my outro. See you guys later. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Have a great everything. Goodbye.